Welcome to Lepak with Ant. Let's hear what our guests have to say. Or there are beans to spill. Strap on the seatbelt and let's go for a ride with me. We can learn from our guest's story. So, subscribe to my channel as we can experience life journeys together.
This year, this despite a still niggling ankle injury.
From the track to the swimming pool, sprinter Hamkah Afik has turned to the pool, hoping to keep on track his target, the national 200-meter mark of 41.14 seconds. The 22-year-old is still recovering from his ankle injury, but with help from his coach, he's not letting it keep him down.
We call it aqua running, or pool running, and it's been used overseas extensively by people who want to recover from injury, or those who want to use it as a method of getting strong.
Hamkah's been at it for the last 3 weeks, combining gymnastics training with a session in the pool daily, all exercises which don't affect his injured ankle. But it's the track that Hamkah misses most, and he's eager to return to his hunting ground.
Yes, so that's my life, okay, but not over yet. I decided to leave Singapore, pack my bag, and I decided to go to Auckland, New Zealand, to train with my coach, Gary Hill. Because at the time, 94, 95, when I was running my personal best, I was under Coach Gary Hill from New Zealand. So I decided I want to come back to him. He went back to Auckland, and I was very, very fortunate that I have the support from ASICS. I have the support from at that time was Sports Council. Now is Sports SG. I have the support from them. I have the support from then President of Singapore Athletic, Mr. Loh Ling Kok. So I remember I went to see Mr. Loh that very morning at his office. I said, Mr. Loh, I want to go to New Zealand to train to finish up my career, to achieve whatever that I missed out in my life before I retire. And I heard, you know what Mr. Loh tell me? He said, Hamkah, you know, sometimes we have argument with him. He's a very, Mr. Loh is a very hard-headed person.
Yeah, I know.
So sometimes we quarrel with him. But at that point of time, when I sit down with him, and you know what he said? Hamkah, you are like my son to me. Now, I know you well. He said, if I said no now, you will still pack up your bag and go. Whatever money that you have in your bank, you will still take out. Whatever sponsors that you have, you will still go. I know you. He said, I know you for many years. That is you. He said, so when you come and ask me, if I said no now,
You will not back off.
I will not back off. Because I know you, he said. So he said, my son, he said, I'll support you. Because he called the secretary, okay, prepare the money for Hamkah. From Sports SG was giving at that time, I was on Siap grant. So I am a Siap grant from Sports SG. And I have the support from ASICS, I have the support from the association. So in the sense, I'm good. I'm way beyond my expectation.
How long is the duration?
So I was supposed to go there for a year first. I was based in Auckland together with my coach at the North Harbour Base Athletic Club. So I was fortunate because at that point of time, the club looking for one of the best in Southeast Asia, one of the best in Asia, and then of course the few top world-class runners to represent the club. So I was the best in Southeast Asia, right? So I was one of them. So the club actually sponsored my accommodation. So my house was like just 200 meters away from the beach. Very nice house near the stadium. So I have a house, I have a car. You know, I can go training with my car, and then I have a place to stay, and then they have a coach, the physios, everything it's like a
professional.
Yeah. So I was there, and I made the right decision. I was running very, very well. I back again to my form, and I qualified for the Commonwealth Games. Not easy to qualify.
That is
98 KL.
That's where they built the Shah Alam.
Yeah, they built the Shah Alam. So I was very, very fortunate that I qualified for the Commonwealth Games, and I cleared the first round in the 200 meters. To clear the first round at the Commonwealth Games, I think for me it's an achievement. 99, after the Commonwealth Games, and I came back from New Zealand. Yeah, and I decided that that time my wife was also on government scholarship. My wife was in Sydney, okay, under the Sports Council scholarship. So she came back from Sydney. She was working with SSI, and I was at the time looking for a job, because I said, okay, that's it lah. I think enough for me lah. My career is done. I want to retire. So I was looking for a job, and I was fortunate that Mr. Robert Tan from Sports Council back then, he said, Hamkah, you need a job, I'll give you a job. Anytime, Hamkah. You are such a capable young man, very dedicated. I'll give you a job. So I met up with him. I was supposed to start working with Sports Council. Sports SG lah. So was during the initial, and then all of a sudden, somehow we met Gulam. As Gulam, the reporter.
The journalist.
Yeah, the journalist. So Gulam said, hey, Hamkah, you want to work with SPH or not? You want to work with SPH? I can recommend you. So I said, then I look at Mr. Robert. I said to Gulam, I said, you offer me a job here. He offered me a job in SPH. Then after that, he was quite saying, hey, Hamkah, SPH is good, bonus is good, everything is good. Why not you consider? At any point of time, you are not good, you're always welcome with us, We always will take care of you.
Open
door for you, And then I said, wow. So I said, okay, so let me went for the interview. So I went for the interview in SPH. Somehow I got a job. And I was there for about 18 years, 19 years. And then we got married in 99. So we got married, we bought a house, and my wife was working at SSI, I was working with SPH, everything settled down. All good, I was putting on weight, went for honeymoon, chill, right? And then one day I was sitting in the office working. Coach Tang Aikin came to me.
Oh, Tang Aikin, okay.
Tang Aikin came to me, hey Hamkah, what are you doing? I said, busy lah, work lah, come, let's go for lunch. I said, okay. I said, what's up? He would say, because at that time he was the head coach for the national team, preparing for SEA Games. So Hamkah, the team, I need a captain
to anchor the team.
To make the team bond together, to anchor the team, to bond the team together. And I said, why are you looking for me? I said, don't look for me lah. I already like that. I retired already. And then at that time, I was the company sponsored me to continue with my studies. So I was actually doing night class. I went back to Polytechnic. I went back to do my to further my studies, and went back for night classes. So I don't have the time. And then he came to my house. He said, Hamkah, actually I just need you for the 4x1. I said, cannot lah, I retired already, cannot. So somehow
he managed to convince you to get
he managed to convince me, and I was working full time. My wife was expecting, and I was having night class to cope, and then now training for SEA Games. You ridiculous lah. And somehow I made a comeback. So KL 2001, I made a comeback. We didn't win the medal. We came in 4th. So I thought I ran well, but just couldn't win a medal. So I thought, okay lah, that's it. And then Coach Tang said, no, Hamkah, just one more. I said, hey, never end. First you said 2001. Now you say. So I managed to but that time was terrible. I trained one day for the next 2 days. Because age, right? You cannot fight age. At our level,
recovery.
I trained one day, 2 days. So I was like, luckily, 2003 SEA Games in Hanoi, I was already a father. My daughter was born. I was already a father. I ran my last race and won a silver medal for Singapore. So I closed that. My wife was there as a physio for the Singapore team. So my daughter was at that time baby. My mom was taking care of my daughter. And one of the pictures I show you in my phone. That was the last one when with my wife and with Nike. That was my last.
That's a nice closure. I would say.
Closure that I won a silver for Singapore. And the very next year, it's just a formality that I brought the team to Germany to give them some exposure lah. So I was still racing. 2004 I was still racing, but 10-8, 10-9, I was still racing, and finally 2004 I decided, okay, that's it lah. I've no regret. I've given everything to the sport. The only setback is I was injured in '95.
Yeah.
That I should have won the gold in '95.
All right.
At the SEA Games, and I should have qualified for the Atlanta Olympics.
Yeah.
So, but that's what life as a sportsman is.
Yeah.
You know, there's always up and down. You can never achieve everything that you want to achieve. You get some, you lose some.
You're right.
But like I said before, I have no regret. If you want me to go all over again, as a young boy, to go through all over again, I'll go through all over again, because for me the experience, the learning journey was priceless, really priceless. Even up to now, when I was I took up coaching in 2006, and I was a national coach, national junior coach in 2007 until I took over the national team in 2009. So 2009 in Laos, we won the silver medal in the 4x1, the first time in the history of Singapore
to break the 40.
Yeah, that was a challenge given to me by the association. So the association said, Hamkah, I think you have what it takes to get the team to sub 40. Never before done in any local team.
Yeah.
So I took up that challenge. I worked round the clock, doing lots of analysis and so on, to see where and what it can be done to break the sub 40 second. First time for a Singapore team. And we did 39.82.
Wow.
We beat Indonesia, we beat Malaysia, we beat Philippines, Laos, to secure the silver for the country.
Who are the forerunners?
At the time, the forerunner was Gary Yeo,
Gary Yeo,
Alfie Muhammad, and Lee Cheng Wei, and Amiruddin Jamal.
Okay.
So the four were
the first quartet.
The first quartet under my charge, and also Coach Melvin, because Coach Melvin was also helping to train them.
All right.
To break the 40 seconds at the 2009 SEA Games in
Laos.
In Vientiane, Laos.
All right.
Yes. So that's it. So that's more or less my journey.
All right.
My journey, and then when I stepped down as a national coach, I'm not saying that you step down as national coach, the challenge and the goals and the visions are not that demanding. It's the same now. Because I have another project which I can share with you some other days. That given a project to run now, to develop the next generation of sportsmen and sportswomen, with my daughter also in the scene now. So I just hope that I do not know what will be the next challenge,
the next phase
that God will throw at me. So but I believe that if you are a sound mind, you have a sound mind and a sound body.
All right.
I think even though you don't achieve what you want to achieve, but you get close to it. You get close to it. So I think it's you cannot. Sometimes you cannot achieve the impossible, but you can aim for a miracle.
Okay, like what you did in the 93 SEA Games.
93 and many. I mean, I was, remember 2003. I was also out. I came back and won another medal.
All right.
And they said that it's impossible for us to break 40 seconds. I did it.
Okay.
So there are many things
milestones that
people said that it's hard, it's impossible, but I'm able to achieve it. I think yes, you're able to achieve it, but it takes a whole village. It's not just me alone. It's my whole set of team, the people around me, parents, organization, leaders. To have that same vision, to have that same goals, to achieve what you want to achieve.
It's the process of getting there is that needs everyone to add values into it. In order to achieve
I always believe in the team, because you can't achieve it by yourself. You need the support from everyone. The support even from the athletes, from everyone.
All stakeholders.
Everyone,
from management to whoever, the SNOC, SSI, Sport SG. When whoever has a stake in this fraternity. No matter how small the contribution is, right? It adds values into it, and as again, right? It's at the end of the day. It's always what kind of motivation that you have. I would say from the day one to till now, I would say most of the motivation comes from the intrinsic,
Yes.
rather than the extrinsic.
The intrinsic value.
Yeah, that is where.
So yeah,
Makes the difference. That makes the difference.
Of course,
Yeah.
makes a difference. You are absolutely right. I agree with you. Because for me, my role now, yes, in sports. Okay, you talk. I'm role as a high performance role, as a top athlete, top coach, and everything. But my role now, I look at my role is not just I'm not just teaching athletes, but I'm teaching people.
Yeah.
Because I teach them life skills.
Yeah.
Dedication, perseverance, and sometimes if I get the so-called troubled youth
Alright.
to get into sports, rather than they are being get influenced by
some bad company.
I rather for them to come. It's not so much a performance, but for them to be able to come and respect you and listen to you. For me, that the battle is one.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
definitely,
you get them out and they do something, and they will realize later on that whatever the life skill that we impart on them, that they can be a respectful individual.
Yeah,
We have so many of the kids in Singapore, but my job is one of it is to instill that character in them, so that they can take sports as something that to motivate them.
Yes, definitely. Wow.
So that's
that is a very powerful thing that I would say that you have in your mind, to.
So it's all about.
I mean, it's about the wider reach of the community, rather just that.
Of course, the good one they want to go for ASEAN School, SEA Games. The good one, yes, we focus. But what about the others? So sports for me, especially at my level now, is sports. I don't just focus on the top, the good one. I focus on everyone because I want to give them the chance to experience what this is all about.
Yeah. I mean, you went through from primary 4 all the way.
Yeah. So sometimes I go to schools, I give motivational talk in schools.
Alright.
And I feel good about it because you if that small little things that you can impart on their life, it makes a difference. For me, yes, it matters.
That is very, very good for you to reach out to more people. I mean, not only sports but outside the sports.
Exactly.
That's good.
That's what it is.
Alright, thank you, Hamkah. I think there's a wonderful and I would say a very emotional session that we have. Alright. So,
thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that you call me, appreciate that you want to talk to me. I really appreciate it. Sometimes the people of this generation, they need to know the struggles of our past sportsmen and sportswomen.
I mean, with compared now and then, right? I mean, here right now things are more professionally run, and we have good corporate sponsors and all those things. It's much easier compared to the earlier days. I think it's much difficult.
Yes, our time. Yes, I would say, But I mean, challenging. But again, this generation also they have their own. Back then we don't have social media.
You're right.
We don't have IG. We don't have Facebook. Our life are much more straightforward. We don't have handphone. So we block everything. Right. We block everything. We just train. We come back school, and then if you want to call your parent, you look for a 10-cent coin.
You're right.
And then that's it. More simple. But now the kids are different.
More distraction.
So you need to deal with them in a different way. Compared to how your parents, your coaches deal with you. You need to learn how to cope with them, and you need to learn how to manage them.
Right.
In a different way.
Yes, definitely.
In a different way.
Okay. Right. Before we leave, would there any advice or things that you would like to share to our viewers?
Well, I think it's simple. Whether it's sports, or whether it's arts, or whether it's your academic, or whatever that you have, your dream, your vision, your goal, okay? Don't look back. Don't look back, okay? Go for it. Whatever visions that you have, may not be sport, it may be other things in life that you want to achieve. Don't look back, because the mind is the most powerful part of your body. You can't achieve anything if you put your mind and your soul through it.
I think you are one of the proven guy that you have. I mean, since primary 4, you have that calling, and then at the end of the day, you went for it and you achieved and have a nice closure in 2003, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm sharing with you is like, I'm sharing with you now is like, it just happened like yesterday because it's still so fresh in my mind. Because it creates that impact in my life.
Yeah.
So whenever I share my stories, I feel that it's just happening. It's not decades ago.
Wow, that is more powerful.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Hamkah.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. Cheers. Bye bye. Anthony Douglas Williams, a Canadian spiritualist, once said, "When our actions are based on good intention, our soul has no regrets." This is exactly what Hamkah went through since young. From his teenagers days, he encountered many adversities, challenges, and he has to persevere and to become what he is today. His journey to success was never a smooth sailing. He has to struggle, fight, and stay motivated. If we have to turn back the clock and ask him to redo it once again, without a shadow of doubt, he will. To the next episode, cheers and bye for now.
Oh, sorry lah, you all makan lah, krak-kruk. Alamak, orang nak masuk dia makan krak-kruk. Pergilah kitchen.